Hi guys, how are you doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because I have the Kathleen Lights x Morphe palette. Before I even really go into like the palette or the packaging or anything like that, there are two things I want to address. First off, it is already sold out, and according to Kathleen, it was like there was a limited quantity. Once it sold out, it was sold out. It's not coming back. But they did the exact same thing for the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and it sold out super fast, and they ended up bringing it back. So if you guys didn't get your hands on it, I wouldn't be too upset yet. I'm sure that if they're smart and they obviously realize this is a money-making opportunity, that they will make a bunch more palettes, and there will probably be at least one more opportunity to purchase it. I'm not like a psychic or anything, I can't say for sure, but just a feeling that I have. The other thing I want to address is, if you guys have seen my Morphe 350 video, I will leave it down below. You guys already know I'm not the biggest fan of Morphe eyeshadows. I knew what I was getting into when I bought this palette, and I was gonna buy it anyways just because I truly adore Kathleen. I think she's so genuine, so sweet, and I've loved her channel for a really long time. So that was my thought process with this palette. I wasn't expecting the most amazing palette ever. I wasn't expecting to be blown away or anything like that. I wish you guys could see my dog right now. She's curled up next to my tripod, moving it. She hates when I do makeup or when I film videos because she wants attention. I love you. I love you. Okay, mommy needs to film. Mommy needs to film. So the outer packaging looks like this. It just says Kathleen Lights Palette, Morphe, and then it has all these cute little lights on it. And then the back has a picture of Kathleen. I love this so much more than the regular Morphe palettes because it is cardboard. It's really sleek. I like that it doesn't have a mirror because I always break them, and she said the same thing, and if they had a mirror it would have cost more, which by the way it is $14.99, even less if you use a discount code. My stupid ass was so excited for this palette. I was sitting there waiting for it to show up on the Morphe website. I was refreshing. It showed up, I added it to my cart, and I checked out as fast as I could. I was like, damn it, I forgot to do the discount code. So I paid full price because of my crazy makeup addict problems, but still, $14.99 is such a great deal for this. I'm not sure what the price per ounce is, but I'll leave it on the screen as I'm talking, and however much product there is and all that. But there are 8 mattes and 7 shimmers, which I think is a really great balance. I feel like you get so much because you have a matte highlight, you have a shimmer highlight, you have transition colors, you have lid colors, you've got cool tones, you've got warm tones, you've got a black, you've got a pop of color. For a Morphe palette, I feel like you're just getting a really great variety of everything. Another thing to keep in mind, I probably don't need to sit here and hold this palette up the whole time. All the shades were handpicked by Kathleen. Because of that, it's not like there's hit and misses in the palette. I don't feel like there's any duds. All the matte formulas, other than the black, feel so soft and creamy, as opposed to for example, the Morphe 350. I'll just pull out for you guys because I have it sitting here anyways. This whole section right here, I feel like there is a ton of chalky shades and just mattes that aren't quite as creamy. And even just in general, there's 2 shades in this palette that she pulled out of here and put into her palette, and they feel so much creamier in her palette. As far as the shimmers go in her palette, I think that they're all really nice, and they have a really great soft but kind of built together texture. It's not just super flaky. This green is borderline flaky, but it's not anywhere near as bad as this pink, or I think it was this copper in the Morphe 350. I hate the formula of those because even though they're stunning, they're so flaky and they feel like the cheapest eyeshadows ever. And the green is borderline, almost flaky, but it's not quite there, so I still like it. And besides, that's kind of the pop of color, so it's not something that you'll use quite as often. But all of these other shimmer shades are just beautiful. I've got the gold all over my lid, and normally I'm not a fan of straight up gold, but it's so pretty. As far as the matte black goes, it is a lot more of a drier formula. It kind of reminds me of Makeup Geek Corrupt, but it's not quite as pigmented. It's definitely a lot more buildable, and some people like that, some people don't. However, I think that it's a lot easier to have a buildable black and, you know, build it up and make it pigmented and make it the blackness that you want, as opposed to someone who is scared of black. It's really hard to take a pigmented black and make it not so crazy, if that makes sense. So overall, I'm super glad that I picked this palette up. I wasn't expecting to like it. Like I told you guys in the beginning of the review, that my mindset was kind of like, I just love Kathleen, that's why I'm buying it, I'm supporting her. But the palette definitely exceeded my expectations. I think that the shades are really, really nice, and they're soft and they're creamy. However, like I've said in the past, Morphe shadows aren't the best, but they're not the worst either. You can definitely make them work, and I think that for a beginner, they're really great. But no matter what your thoughts are on this palette, if you get it and you don't like it, then don't worry, you still know how to do makeup and you still know how to blend. So that's basically all I have to say about this palette. I give it 2 thumbs up and I do recommend it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. But if you want to see my live swatches and my demo, then just keep watching.
You are still in my mind. The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you.
I used the soft ochre paint pot from MAC to prime like basically my entire eyelids, and then I went in with the NYX eyeshadow base in white, and I just did like the highlight of my brow bone. I'm just going to start off with that first matte highlight shade on a 325 from Zoeva, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my entire lid just because that's what I like to do. Now I'm going to go in with that lighter pinky transition shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my crease using a E23 from Morphe. My dog got a hold of mine, which is why it's so like out of shape, but it's still a good brush. I really like their Elite line. Now I'm just going to go in with a clean Morphe E13 and just blend the edges. Now I'm going to go in with that deeper matte raspberry shade and just put that onto my outer V. And I'm using a E22 from Morphe. And then I think I'm just going to kind of bring that into my crease a little bit, really softly with a light hand. But I want to focus this shade mostly on the outer portion. I'm going to go back in with that clean E13 and just blend the edges again. I think I'm going to go ahead and build that color up just a little bit more in my outer V. Okay, I'm going back in with that clean blending brush. Just cleaning up the edges. I'm going to go ahead and take that black shade on a little crease brush that I got in the Morphe that Bling set. And I'm just going to put a little bit of black in my outer V. I am going to blend that out, but real quick, I'm just going to take that a little bit onto the outer third of my lower lash line. One thing I will note is that I haven't gotten any fallout yet. I'm going to go back in with the E22 and just blend at the edges of the black. It's not blending as easy as I would want it to blend. Going back in with the clean brush. I'm going to take this warm, darker matte brown and just use that underneath my lower lash line on the E36. I'm just going to go in with that clean blending brush and blend that out a little bit. I'm going to go in with the black shade and an eyeliner brush from BH Cosmetics and just go super close to my lower lash line. And then I'm going to blend that with the E36. For the lid, I'm gonna go in with the gold shade on my finger. So I'm gonna go back in with the E22 and just kind of buff the edges right here at the top. And then kind of just buff the like little portion where the gold and the raspberry shade kind of meet on the lid. On a Zoeva 230, I'm going to take the lightest highlight shade and I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner. Ooh, pretty. Oh wow. She did compare this one to MAC Nylon. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on like the highest point of my brow bone. Just right here. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of that and I think I'm going to bring it onto my lid, into the gold just a little bit. We're just going to go back in with the clean blending brush. Just going to blend the edges. To finish off the look, I'm going to go in with the Mr.Bing eyeliner from Colourpop. And then I'm going to go in with the Jordana Extreme Best Lash Mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so to finish this look off, I figured I would just show you guys my cheeks and my lips. I am going to use the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso and the E4 from Morphe. I hadn't originally planned on doing this, but after using it in my inner corner, I really just want to take that highlight shade and use that as my face highlight also. All right. Last but not least for lips, I'm just going to go in with the Milani liquid lipstick in the shade Loved. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong.